Howdy folks, and welcome back to Epic the Musical. Today we're going to be finishing off the whole project by listening to the last saga of Act 2, the Ithaca Saga. 5 songs. 5 songs are all that separate me from the rest of you of having heard the whole musical. Granted, y'all have listened to this a lot more than I have, but my own Odyssey ends today, just as Odysseus's does. That's actually a hard word to say, Odysseus's. That which belongs to Odysseus. But yeah, it's been for all intents and purposes, there were no porpoises in this, as far as I know. But for all intents and purposes, in the grand scheme of reaction series, this is a pretty short one, which is ironic given that it's probably the one that spans the most length of time as far as the story itself goes. But just 9 videos and we're done. Sweet in and out. I really hope you've been enjoying this series. I've been really enjoying experiencing this for the first time after hearing so much about it from friends. And now here we are. I'm going to be done. But yeah, I don't think I have too much else to say except just thank you for watching. And I hope you stick around the channel. Like I said before, I got playlists for everything else I've reacted to. Go look through those to see if there's anything that interests you. I should be starting up JoJo's Part 7 anime Steel Ball Run here after this ends. So, hey, I'm excited to be done and to move forward, but I have enjoyed this journey. So let's keep this intro fairly short and scooch over here. As I one last time, I already thanked you for watching this, but one last time ask you to please leave a like on this video. I have the uncut versions over on Patreon if you're interested in those. Hey, since you're seeing this on YouTube, they're definitely all over there. Still dealing with a little bit of a cough here, but you know, we're gonna soldier through. I guess before I start, just the one other thing I wanted to do is to go over, because I think I'm fairly familiar with how the original Odyssey ends, so to kind of give predictions on how this is going to be different. I know that Odysseus makes it back to Ithaca. He disguises himself as a beggar, kind of slums around trying to figure out what's going on, and issues a challenge for Penelope, his wife. Whoever can shoot an arrow through a bunch of rings all lined up in a row will win her heart. And I think there's a reference to none of the other suitors could string the bow, which is a reference to them not being able to get it up, as it were. I had a friend who loved telling me that at one point. But yeah, and then he wins and kills a bunch of people, and hooray, the day is won. But I think this is going to end a lot more tragically. I think he's still going to win. I think he's still going to kill a bunch of people. But I think that this one's probably going to end a lot more sad, a lot more like a Greek tragedy, in that I'm sure that by the end of all this, Penelope is going to be like, I don't recognize you anymore. You're not the man who left here all that time ago, and I can't love you. You're a monster, right? To kind of bring that back from the Underworld saga. And as Tiresias, the prophet, the sage, you know, kind of told him, like, you're gonna make it home, but you know, nothing's gonna be the same, right? Monster was in there in that whole saga. It wasn't him that called him a monster. No, he said it's no longer you, right? That's what he said. There's a man who makes it home, but it's no longer you. So I think, and I definitely see this just going the way of like Penelope just saying like, no, you're not him anymore. Goodbye. I'll be alone for forever. So will you. So that's my prediction here. We'll see how correct or incorrect I am. So let's get started. My first one here, as always, links to all the animatics I'm watching below. This looks like it's a full animation, so I'm really excited for this. This song is called The Challenge, the first of the 5, and this is by Gwendy. That's what it's titled as in the video. The channel is NS2D Studios. Once again, link in the description. Shout outs to all the wonderfully talented creators whose work I'm going to be watching here. But let's get the challenge started up in 3, 2, 1, go. Penelope. There she is. She's like, maybe I should take a suitor.
I'm supposed to choose a suitor to wear the crown.
Yep.
I said I would choose as soon as I weave this shroud.
And I know that we've heard Penelope before, but I think this is the first time she's gotten like a song of her own, I think. Yeah, I think I said that in a past one.
Though I never thought that I'd resort to this.
Oh, that melody sounds familiar,
I'll be here.
but I can't
But I
place
don't
where it's
know how
from.
much longer I'll last since we saw that storm.
Yeah,
Though
okay,
we
yeah.
were so close to our kingdom, it was far from the norm.
Yeah, just from the last saga. Cool. It's like real world consequences for all the god stuff that's been happening.
Is it finally time for the challenge I arranged?
Okay, so she issues the challenge. I thought it was Odysseus as the beggar who's like, you know what I think would be cool?
I'll be here buying you time.
Yeah, so she still is buying him time. Like, she still, after all this time, she wants him to come home. But that's what I think is going to make the tragedy hit so much harder.
Whoever can string my husband's bow and shoot through 12 axes cleanly.
Yeah, okay, so it's the rings of the axes.
Down at the
That's
throne
right.
and rule with me as his queen. 'Cause I'd rather die than grow old without the best of you.
Dang. That was really cool visual there in the animatic.
And though I never thought that it would end like this, just know I'll be here.
Yeah, even if she picks someone else.
Waiting, waiting,
Who's that guy? Who's that weirdo who just showed up out of nowhere that nobody recognizes?
waiting, waiting.
Also, nice touch on the animatic, him like chasing after her but can't get there. The challenge. Thanks, Gwendy. Yep. There we go. I'm so excited to get to the rest of this, especially because I'm just now reading for the first time the titles of these songs. For the first time. Hold Them Down. Sounds a little intense. But there's just a song that's just titled Odysseus. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for how this is going to go, to how this is presented. I will say that, like, that song itself, as far as my enjoyment of it was a plot song, as I've mentioned. It's one of those, like, okay, this song it's very pretty, but it's just to kind of get the story from point A to point B. So those tend to be my least favorite songs of Epic. The ones with the more like musical metaphor going on. I'm sure there was, like I said, there was a couple melodies in there that I feel like I could place, but couldn't quite piece together where they were from in the musical. At least I think they were. They sounded similar, or they sounded familiar. Just couldn't quite place them. But it's the ones that are like really heavy with the lyrical, like metaphor. Like I said, like this song was very, very literal. Oh, there was a storm out there. I gotta choose a suitor. Whoever can string my husband's bow and shoot through the rings and the axes. It's like, yeah, that's what's going to happen. But now I'm ready for the flowery stuff. So hopefully we get some in Hold It Down, which is from, I forgot to say, this is from Orange, who I do not recognize. I think this is another new one, unless it was someone who was like from the very first. No, I don't see Orange. So welcome, just got in under the wire. Okay, I think there's one other new channel for the very, very last one. But the next two are going to be channels we recognize. But let's get started with Hold 'Em Down, starting up in 3, 2, 1, go. Also, trigger warning, SA and rape reference. I also like this animatic style. Like it looks like models on a plane, basically, as the camera's just moving through.
Competition. We've been here for hours. None of us can string this. We don't have the power. Screw this damn challenge. No more delay.
Oof. I think I see where the mentions of SA and rape are going to come from. Who needs this challenge when we can just take her, right? Is what's going to happen.
Bold is our pride and our rage. Here and now, there's a chance for action.
No, Odysseus shows up. He's like, there's a trick to it, actually. The bow.
Haven't you noticed who's missing? Don't you know the prince is not around?
Oh, so he's not even vying for his father's throne?
I heard today he comes back to town. So I say we gather near the beaches. I say we wait till he arrives. Then when he docks his ship, we can breach it. Let us leave now, today we can strike it. Hold him down till the boy stops shaking.
Oh, God.
I slit his throat.
And this is, yeah, this song is called Hold Them Down. But them saying hold him down about Telemachus is like, ugh. It's giving chills down my spine. I don't like it.
And when the deed is done, the queen will have no.
Hey, that guy we don't recognize has strung the bow. That's weird.
And then we'll hold her down.
Oh, God. Yep. That's what I was afraid of. Oh, that's uncomfortable. That's powerful songwriting. It made me feel something, even if that feeling was disgust.
Channel the fire inside your soul and hold it down, hold it down.
Now I see why it's called Hold Them Down. It's two separate plans. I don't like either of them.
Channel the fire inside your soul and...
Yeah, with the bow, right? Cool. That's what I was kind of hoping for, especially with the animatic as we see him just in the background, just as no one's paying attention. I was like, oh, he's going to shoot that guy, isn't he? Really wish I would have said it, because there we go at the end. But he's here. The boy is back. I guess we shouldn't call him the boy, but the man has returned. I will say more so in comparison to the first one, that also felt a little bit like a plot song, but it made me feel a lot more than the first one did. Even though it was like a visceral negative reaction to just some of the lyrics in there, like it made me feel. And that's what you want from music like this, right? That's what you want from a musical. You want what's being acted through the words in the music to make you feel. And I sure did feel. I did not like it. But like I said, I'm excited. This one is a chunky song. This one's 5.5 minutes long roundabouts. So I am, the last one's long too. We got juicy ones to end this out. So let us keep this thing rolling so this doesn't end up as an hour-long recording. This is Odysseus, and this animatic is brought to us once again by Duvet Box, who I've had several of by now. Great animatics. So, hey, once again, links in the description. Go check all these out. Give them another view, even if you've seen them all already. Odysseus, starting up in 3, 2, 1, go.
For 20 years I've suffered.
Oh, it's good to hear that voice again.
I come back and find my palace desecrated, sacked like Troy. Worst of all, I hear you dare to touch my wife and hurt my boy.
And before he gets into this, it's just interesting that he compared it to Troy, how he started this whole thing. Like, he left one war zone, came home to another, basically, or at least similar feelings to it, which I think is a really, really interesting way to bookend this thing. And like I said, he's going to war.
I have had enough.
Yeah, I would have too after this long. They're like, who was that guy?
In the heat of battle at the edge of the unknown, somewhere in the shadows lurks an agile, deadly foe.
20 years older, but still age hasn't slowed him down one bit.
You don't understand it. This man plans for every fight.
Yep. Oh, God. He's like a ghost, and he knows this place better than anybody, all right?
Where is he? Where is he? Keep your head down.
This is a lot more horrific. He is a monster. Like, they're his prey.
We're empty-handed.
Up against an archer, our only chance is to strike him in the darkness.
We know these odds, the odds can't be tilted.
You don't think I know my own palace? I built it.
Yep. Just like I said. Yeah, and here comes the slaughter.
You've destroyed the serpent's head. Now the rest of us are no longer a threat.
Nope, no mercy for you either.
Forgive us instead, so that no more
Ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves, right?
open arms instead.
No.
Oh, with open arms instead? The last guy who said that's dead too.
Damn, he's more cunning than I assumed.
Damn.
While we were busy plotting, he hid our weapons inside this room.
Oh.
Hard to believe that the sharpest of kings left his armory.
And he really did plan for the fight, huh?
Now that we have armed ourselves, let's make the bastard rot.
Or does he lock them in there? Oh, is Telemachus back too? Or no, he's fighting.
Throw down those weapons.
Yeah. Once again, the similar voices.
I don't want to hurt you.
And I love how as Telemachus comes back, we get the Athena kind of musical sting back too. He's fighting with the power of gods.
Stop! Brothers, we got company and he's made a grave mistake.
Ooh. Love to deliver that line, the slide up on mistake.
Brothers, come and arm yourselves. There's a chance for us to win.
Yeah, whoever this guy is who's singing is really good.
Beat the king if we all attack the prince.
He's like, I planned this out too.
Get off me. Get off
He shoots an arrow through all of their heads at once.
Stand. Hold him down. Hold him down.
Yep.
Make the king obey your commands.
Yep. Oh god, that music sounds awesome.
Mercy. My mercy is long since drowned. It died to bring me home.
Oh, and that low delivery from him.
You plotted to kill my son. You planned to rape my wife. All of you are going to die.
Oh god, this is awesome. I mean, it's fucking brutal, but it's awesome.
You filled my heart with hate. All of you who have done me wrong. This will be your fate.
Yeah, and his son sees all of this. Papa? So is this where Telemachus turns on him? To be followed by Penelope later. And I love the choral chant here. Yo, that song went fast! That's over already? Oh my god. So like I said, about 5.5 minutes long. Felt like 3. Whoo boy. That was some incredible shit. And yes, I know, like a lot of it was like musical breaks as I was taking in the animatics. So that, that takes up time as well. But oh buddy, that was some good stuff. And for, like I said, I'm a fan of like the lower register stuff. So Jorge as Odysseus has always been like, not like the highest voice, like not like a Hermes or something like that, but he's gotten up there in his vocal delivery in his songs. But for him to end this, just essentially speaking like this, in a quasi Batman almost kind of sounding voice, that's that's an insult. Like his own thing, like this growl almost. Like I said, comparing him to the monster. No longer a man, but like he was a monster stalking its prey. He was like growling those lines. You filled my heart with anger. You plotted to rape my wife. All this stuff. It was good stuff. And then like those, I don't even know what you would call it. Just kind of like the bass hits kind of going like brrr, brrr, in the background. Good stuff. Best of the saga so far, easy. And we got, oh god, we got 2 songs left and we're done. Yeah, what did I say earlier? Someone makes it home, but it's no longer you. Oh boy. All right. Let's get to the penultimate song, which is called I Can't Help But Wonder, which is also about 5 minutes long. And this is from, and somebody gave me the pronunciation for this channel because I got it wrong, Jimena Natzel. I think I was saying Ximena because it starts with an X, but it's Ximena. So apologies for the mispronunciation earlier. But I've had several animatics from this channel as well. So let's get started with this one. 3, 2, 1, go. Papa. I mean, his spear's bloody too.
Father?
Papa? Yeah, notice the hard electronic guitar turns into like a finger-picked acoustic.
For 20 years I dreamt of how I'd greet you. Oh, and now you're here. I can't find the words.
Also, like, to talk about how different Odysseus sounded as he was growling out those last words. Now it comes into play. Just as I'm recording this earlier today, the Wisdom Saga went live, and I gotta thank y'all. Y'all were being a lot nicer to me in the comments than I expected for not realizing that was Telemachus singing that first song, which apparently quite a few other reactors have done. So I saw a lot of people saying like, well, at least you figured it out in the first song. So I feel better about myself now. Thank y'all. But that kind of comes into play here with how similar Telemachus's voice sounds to Jorge as Odysseus. It's kind of like, now that the father and son are reunited, the father is no longer the same one. And it's more like the son has grown up to be, I mean, even though, like I said, he wasn't there for the challenge he never like laid claim to his throne as his mother was still alive, or his father's throne. But he has, for all intents and purposes, become the man that Odysseus was, is how I'm interpreting this right now, at least with my kind of running headcanon theory of I pick someone who sounds really close to my voice. So I'm really curious to hear how Odysseus goes and how Telemachus like reacts to all this. Because like I said, there's a lot of song left. Usually songs like this, usually they run their course and they're kind of like short, like the emotional ballady kind of songs. But this one's like 5 minutes long, so there's a lot that can go wrong here. So we'll see.
All my life I'd have died to know you. Days and nights I wish that I could show you.
Oh, I forgot to say, by the way, my tea for tonight is decaf Earl Grey. I've usually been so good at talking about that at the very beginning.
I can't help but wonder what your world must be. If we're like each other, if I have your strength in me.
Yeah, your ferocity.
I've wondered if you'd embrace me as your own. 20 years I've wondered, for so long I felt alone.
You're feeling good about that pause I did earlier and what I said.
Son, look how much you've grown. Oh, my boy, sweetest joy I've known.
Yeah, a little bit of a recoil in the animatic.
Held you in my arms, prepared to die for you. Oh, how time has flown.
Die for you and kill for you, it seems.
I can only wonder what your world has been. Things you've had to suffer.
Yeah, it might have flown by, but it really was a long time.
20 years we've wandered, but today you're not alone. My son, I'm finally home.
I mean, that sounds a little... We can forget all of this, is what it sounds like it's coming from Odysseus. Well, so far, nothing's broken bad.
Tell your mother I'm home. I'll be there in a moment. Of course.
Maybe I was nervous for nothing, at least for this song. Yeah, as you walk by all the corpses of everyone I've killed. Oh, that...
Show yourself. I know you're watching
Athena.
Me. Show yourself. You were never one for hellos.
But you were one for goodbyes.
I can't help but wonder what this world could be if we all held each other with a bit more empathy.
Yeah, that applies to our world too.
What if there's a world where we don't have to live this way?
Also, I don't think I've ever
If that
said...
world exists,
The song's almost over. I'll get into it. I feel like I have a lot to say here.
Far beyond my years. You might live forever, so you can make it be. But I've got one endeavor. There's a girl I have to see.
Oh,
Very well.
either the young Odysseus or seeing Telemachus in him. The head pats.
Father?
I love those cute little touches throughout these animatics. All right, she's waiting, but yeah, I loved the duality there. That it wasn't just a reunion of Odysseus and Telemachus there. It was a reunion of Odysseus and Athena. You never were one for hellos, but like I said, you were one for goodbyes. So after wronging her, slighting her, however you want to put it, way early, Cyclops Saga, it feels like ancient history now, and I'm not just talking about Greece. She's been absent from Odysseus, right? Even sending Hermes instead. Oh, I'm just queuing up the last one. Sending Hermes instead and telling him, don't tell him that I sent you, right? So it's interesting to kind of get that little reunion here, even before he reunites with Penelope, which obviously that has to be the ultimate end goal, right? Which is this last song, which is titled, and I can't tell how this is gonna go, Would You Fall in Love with Me Again? I can't tell if that's like I know I've been gone so long, I know I feel like a stranger, would you fall in love with me again? Or taken the other way, like, you monster, I don't recognize you, I can't fall in love with you again. It could go either way. But just a couple bit more about Athena. I don't think I've ever mentioned, but I love the ticking clock motif that you hear throughout a lot of Athena's stuff. Used very well here. It was going really slowly, like you get one tick every measure, I think. I don't know if that's to symbolize the fact that the musical is coming to an end, that time is slowing down, that we're like counting down to the very end, or as Odysseus was pining for a world where we don't have to fight, a world where we don't have to be violent. He said it's beyond my years. So it's even like Odysseus's life is ticking down really slowly as well. Even if Athena will presumably be around forever, as you'd expect gods to do, Odysseus won't. It's been 20 years. He's that much older now, has that much less time with his family. So it's, that alone, even if we don't get the Penelope saying, I can't fall, like I don't recognize you anymore kind of stuff, like that alone itself is tragic. Not in the classical sense where just like everybody dies, but just like, that sucks. I can't imagine being 20 years away from my family. I can't even imagine being 20 days away from my family. So, I don't know. It's rough. But we got one song left. 5 minutes 45-ish. One last song, and once again, I believe this is a new channel, a new animator. This is from Nya Tian, Nya space Tyan. Really hope I didn't butcher the pronunciation here. I'm just scrolling through the playlist just to, I don't see that name anywhere. I think I would recognize that name had I seen it before. But one to go. Almost there, folks. Let's get started with Would You Fall in Love with Me Again? Would you subscribe to my channel again, folks? I'm not the same man I was when I started this reaction series. But anyway, let's get into it. Starting up in 3, 2, 1, go.
Penelope.
Penelope. I already had Telemachus in the last one. There she is.
Is it you? Have my prayers been answered?
Were you praying for everyone else to be dead? Because if so, yes.
You look different.
Yeah.
Your eyes look tired.
Yeah.
I am not the man you fell in love with. I am not the man
You know, epics never really brought me to tears, and I never really saw myself like crying at this, but I can feel them forming.
Would you fall in love with me again if you knew all I've done?
Yeah.
Would you love me all the same? I know that you've been waiting.
I'm sorry, I'm taking this in.
Waiting for love.
Wow. Shit. The other show, the show that I'm doing, alongside this, I'm gonna minimize this here for a second as I talk. The show I'm watching alongside this is Centaur World, which is also a musical. Some absolutely beautiful musical numbers in that series. I've gotten very similar feelings watching that show as I'm getting for this. And it's one of those things like, I know I joked like, well, were your prayers for everyone to be killed? Because if so, yes. And then I realized like, I can't joke over this. I have to take this seriously at this point. Yeah. It's, I don't even know what to say. Like, it's just, I feel like as I'm watching movies and shows in my day-to-day life, it's not that hard to make me cry. When it comes to reactions, it's a lot harder because I am trying to be entertaining. I'm trying to give commentary. And when I'm in my own head thinking about what I'm going to say, oftentimes the most tear-jerking, heart-wrenching scene won't have as much of an effect on me. And epic, I didn't really feel. Yes, musicals can get me there. When my wife and I went to see The Lion King, and I wept during Circle of Life as the animals were coming down the aisles, making their way up to the stage for Simba to be born. I don't know if it was like the rush of nostalgia from like being a kid and watching that movie so much to the holy shit, this adaptation and this live adaptation is so good. Like, I was just overcome, and like to the point where my wife had to like turn to me and say like, "Are you okay?" I wasn't. So musicals definitely get me there. But like I said, when it comes to, I wasn't sitting there doing commentary over The Lion King, right? So for me to be watching this, like in the context of doing a reaction, for me to even get a little teary-eyed like I did, like I'm sure some of y'all were fucking bawling. Please tell me about it in the comments, by the way, how hard you cried at this, or throughout. Like, what made you cry during this musical? This got me there, pretty much as it could in the context of a reaction. Wow, we have a lot more to go. I do like that Odysseus is not trying to say we can go back to the way things were. He's saying like, yes, I've done a lot of bad things. Like, especially in the last song when he was like, Telemachus, I'm home. And it was like this kind of joyous thing. It's a lot more somber here. And I'm glad that he's being truthful. Right. So let's carry on.
What kinds of things did you do?
You don't want to know.
Left a trail of red on every island.
Yeah.
As I traded friends like objects I could use.
Yep. 599 to be exact. Yeah, and I love the cuts to like the blood on the hands. Some of the shots, like the red, almost look like puppet strings almost. It's all that's keeping him going at this point.
That's true. Could you do me a favor? See that wedding bed? Could you carry it over? Lift it high on your shoulders and take it far away from here.
Man, it's what I expected, but it still hurts.
Do you realize what you have asked me?
Ooh, and there's the electric guitar coming in too.
Is to cut it from its roots.
Only my husband knew that, so I guess that makes him you.
Penelope.
I was going to say, and there's no response to that. Usually when we hear the Penelope, there's like a response to the call, right?
Penelope.
Are we gonna go higher? No, okay. That was still very impressive. Okay. We'll take it. We got there. Yeah, walk away. Your parents are about to...
How long has it been?
Also, I was about to say, are we going to end with Penelope's vocals, or do we get Odysseus in the end?
20 years.
I love you.
Or fitting that we get the two of them harmonizing with each other in the end. It's what this all was for, right? Had me in the first half, not gonna lie. I do want to go back and I do want to go back to Penelope, what she was saying, like as I was making some kind of a point that probably in hindsight was not important. It was like one final test, basically. Like, you say you're not the same man, but only my husband would have known that about me and us. So, welcome home, honey. What a project. This was, like I said, I think in the very first one, I was hesitant to compare it to Hamilton just because I feel like that's kind of trite nowadays to like say, oh, it's just like Hamilton. But a lot of you were saying that he was Jorge was very inspired by Hamilton, as he was writing this. So the, comparison seems apt, actually. I was just saying that because, like, I feel like Hamilton's star has faded a little bit. Like, it used to be like the cool thing, and now it's like, oh yeah, Hamilton. You know, as a lot of things do when they age, right? So I was trying to make a point. I was trying to make a point to compare to this, to Hamilton, but now I don't remember exactly what I was gonna say. But yeah, I'm done with Epic. Very, very good musical project. We got a ton of different genres thrown in there. A lot of stuff, like a lot of the trivia y'all have left in the comments has really helped me to appreciate this all more. Especially when you consider, like, it's just like a passion project by one guy. I think y'all said, I think I remember reading somewhere that like the first saga or two were basically like, thesis for like college, right? Like a senior project kind of thing to graduate. Forgive me if I'm misspeaking there, but I believe that's my understanding. And then he went on to craft the rest of it. So for such a big project like this, it's phenomenal. Just I feel that in my own musical knowledge, it's been a long time since I've played guitar or anything, or these bass pedals that are back here on the floor. But in my creative process, I feel like I'm mostly stuck to one genre. Like, I feel like it's rock, like leaning into prog with a little bit more complexity. But I feel like that's whenever I think of musical ideas, it's in that vein. Whereas here we got like love ballads, we got like rock tunes basically with like Poseidon and everything. We got, I hesitate to call them rap because nothing really delved into rap, but it was like hip hop adjacent at times. But a wide breadth of musical ideas, styles, and genres that we got here. Just for the most part masterfully done. Like, I can't think of a single song that I would say I disliked, even though I said like the plot songs that I've talked about are some of my least favorite ones, because it's like we got to get this plot through before we can get to the beauty that is Would You Fall in Love with Me Again, right? Like, what a phenomenal ending song. Like I said, they had me in the first half there. It almost went the way I predicted it, but I'm glad that it ended with the two of them reconciling, because otherwise, like, what was this all for, right? Yeah, just real good stuff. I know these songs are going to be stuck in my head. Some of them, like, I still get Thunderbringer stuck in my head. Get in the Water has been, I've just been doing stuff like I said, and I've just been doing random stuff and just thinking, get in the water, from last time, and a bunch of other songs here and there just like pop in there. While I haven't really sat down to like re-listen to much of it, I know that it is something I'm going to be revisiting in my life as I move forward. But I'm done. I'm up to the present. By that, I say that as if there's going to be more. But real curious to see whatever Jorge is working. If he is, I'm hoping he's working on more stuff. Maybe y'all can let me know. I don't know if it's going to be anything as big and grand as this. But if he puts his mind to it, I know he can do it. If he feels so inspired by anything else as much as the story of the Odyssey, basically. I think I'm done. I don't think I have much else to say. Phenomenal project. I really enjoyed going through this. And once again, just thank you all so much for watching this. My throat, my voice is starting to fail me now, so I'm going to cut this off here. Like I said, stick around the channel, check back with me from time to time, see if I'm doing anything that interests you as far as reactions go. With all that being said, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you next time for whatever you come back for. Take it easy, everybody.